Said vengeance is his, but I'ma do it first. I'm gonna handle my business in the name of the law.
What's up, and yo, what's up? This is your boy, Deacon the Django. And we are back again with another episode of The Devil's Advocate. And you know what? Today is a really special show here for me. Because today, I have two of my originating crew on the show today. And it's really kind of funny because one of these little sneaky rascals decided they were going to come and tell me. I wonder why he called me, because he don't call me for nothing. He don't call me for nothing. He going to say, Django, where you at? We trying to get in the studio. So he didn't tell me he was with my originator, and he's actually originator too of the crew. There's Kappa Mike sitting over here. What's up, Kappa Mike?
I'm now Kojo Chestnut.
Yeah, that's right. See, that's what happened when you miss meetings. See? Everybody gets good. Yep, that's Kojo. Jen, Kojo on here.
You forgot his altar. There you go.
I forgot his altar. You know, see, that's what happened.
Everybody has one on the show.
You don't see the brother, you don't know what's going on. He be lazy, you don't come to your parties.
I had an excuse. I was working.
You ain't got no job,
Tommy.
I didn't say what I was doing. I was just working.
Right. And then of course, we got my homegirl who started with me and shook hands on the day when we signed the contract.
Already.
That's what I'm talking about. She's back to grace us today with her presence. The illustrious Miss Servantee. What's up, baby girl? What you know good?
Hey, I'm just like Candy Burris. I'm holding a picture, just a visitor.
Right, with the earphone falling all over. So,
you in my house. You're just a visitor. Like Candy said on the Housewives.
Yeah. You gotta hold them. You gotta bob and weave.
Yeah, you gotta bob and weave.
You gotta bob and weave with those earphones.
How y'all doing out there? I miss y'all. I miss the audience. I miss, the crew.
Yeah, I mean, well, we all family. Black folks, we got jobs.
Right.
I got the only one that really like Tommy because I'm always off every Friday. So, I got Kojo here, and then I got, I'm visiting Stanley, but he gonna call in for the deal.
Oh, yeah.
So today, ladies and germs, we're gonna go ahead and talk about, last week we had a very uplifting, downlifting show, and we were talking about, of course, the shooting that happened here in North Little Rock. And now this week, we have a lot of stuff this week that we have to get into that we didn't get to talk about last week. And, I guess it seems like, everybody going war wacky ever since this year started. So
it started out crazy.
It started out crazy, didn't it?
Yeah.
I know. I mean, we finally got some snow. That's the interesting thing this week.
Little Rock shut it down after like 1.2 inches.
Yeah, 1.2. We supposed to get 3 to 5.
I swear to God. I think they run out of cafeteria food. That's why they don't have school.
Those pizzas with the little cans of peaches.
All right, boy, that pizza. Hey, that
them pizzas was a joint, wasn't they? And that little pizza, they just put it on the slice it off a big slice and big area piece and stuff. It just, anyway.
He had almost said something else.
He did. The Lord had to just pull him on back in here.
Baptize me right there.
Yeah, I said, boy, the show
got the little sprinkle water.
Sprinkle water. Let me go ahead and shout out to my man, the Angry Black Man. He up here on the wheels of steel for us. What's going on?
Not the Angry Black Man.
The Angry Black Man.
I love it.
Sup? I know you're going to make our Black Panther premiere. I know you're going to do that, bro. You going to do that?
I'll be having a Black Panther thing, but I don't know what I'm gonna be doing.
Well, let's do it. We wearing furs and everything. It's coming to America.
It's coming to America. I mean, what's going on with you, man? Why you always got to be? Just come on, go.
That's why I'm the Angry Black Man. I do what the hell I want to do.
See, he sound like a Black Panther. I like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Power to the people, my nigga.
Only thing missing is his black skull cap.
Power to the people. That's all I'm saying.
Peace and hot fish grease.
That's what I'm saying. We gonna have we're gonna go up there. We're gonna have chicken wings and we're gonna have some chill walk. We're gonna have we got Kool-Aid. We're gonna have in the movie theater. We're gonna be doing
Kool-Aid.
We're doing black folks stuff.
Everybody gonna leave with diabetes.
you're gonna go in empty, but you're gonna leave full. So anywho, we're gonna be a bunch of big persons coming through there. So today we wanted to talk about, we're talking about the state of disunion. Like I said, a lot of crazy stuff has went on since the last week has went on. And one of the things I wanted to talk about, do you guys remember that H&M I mean, it's kind of like.
Do we? I think it had made history by now.
Okay. I mean, what did you guys really think about? Y'all gotta school me because I'm kind of slow on that stuff. What is H&M? I thought like S&M. What is it? Kind of like its sister? What is that?
It's like a store that's very popular with a lot of people.
It used to be. To me, I mean.
Is it an American chain or is it just, I don't know. What is it?
I think they're global. I'm not really sure where H&M.
Yeah, they're global. They're actually so global that they actually destroyed the store in Africa.
Right.
They're too global at this point.
They're viral. That's what they are. And how did y'all feel about that hoodie that they had with their boy? I mean, I think that was totally out of context and totally out of taste.
Well, I guess that depends on who you ask, because the parents don't. She didn't. The mother and father
didn't
see. She didn't see a problem with that.
Yeah. She didn't have a problem with that. Would you have a problem if they tried to call your child a chimpanzee?
Okay, before I answer that, I actually want to address the bathing ape thing.
Okay.
Because if you, as an adult, are wearing bathing ape and your child is wearing bathing ape, what's the difference between him wearing a Coolest Monkey and a jungle shirt? Crickets.
Dang, it's not
crickets. One. I mean, I'm just saying. Only difference is that Coolest Monkey in the Jungle sweatshirt was probably like less than $20. Well, they actually have a clothing line for bathing apes. That black,
really?
Yes, it's very high end. Very high end. I think one of the most expensive shirts I've seen on that line was like $300, and a lot of celebrities wear it. A lot of kids wear it, and we have working people wearing it. And I feel like if they
black company or white company,
it is actually a black company, unless they have traded.
Well, it's almost similar to I guess it was a couple of about 15 years ago when there was what was the group that was from down south who tried to take the stars and bars, changed it to red and black, red, black, and green, and try to so-called take the pain out of the symbol.
Right.
It didn't work.
Right.
And that's not going to work either.
Right.
I mean, people can spend money on what they want, apparently, but it's kind of like using the N-word. You can't get upset when someone else calls you that when you call yourself that.
Exactly.
So that's kind of how I look at those things. I wouldn't participate in that shirt that kid had on. Here's the thing that I was talking about yesterday on Black Focus is this. What we have to understand, though, is if the parents are not upset, because that young man potentially was going to have a career in modeling.
Right.
Okay? So you shouldn't be upset at H&M. You should be upset with the modeling agency who sent him there. So in all likelihood, the money that they were earning from him being a model, because that probably wasn't his only gig, they're probably not going to earn any more money.
And and I think everybody nobody looked at the bigger picture, and not one time that week I ever, mention anything about this subject, because I looked at it from a earning perspective.
Right.
I mean, I'm all about the coin.
Well, let's bring it home and let's talk about what happened at the nightclub when the shooting took place and all the black community was up and up. We need to shut it down. Yeah. Right. They didn't think about how many people lost their jobs because that place was shut down. Okay. So when you look at it from a economic standpoint, which we as black people need to start doing more of than as opposed to the emotional standpoint, like flags and statues, then we could change this whole dynamic.
That was double fold because we lost our jobs and we lost, a place that we had downtown that they didn't want us at anyway. We did their jobs for them. So
there will never be another all black venue down there. I'll put any check I get on that.
Yeah, never
because
again.
It's never going to happen. It would never happen in this state again. I promise you that. I've heard it from bigger fish in the pot. But that's what they're aiming toward. It's so terrible now that we actually have our first large music fest, booked for this state for the first time ever. Yeah, and they're trying to take that away from us.
El Dorado. Who wants to go down there?
Yeah, it's nice though. I would go down there.
But it was supposed to be here at Clinton the Clinton. But they're trying to snatch that away.
Right.
But yet you got Bon Jovi's coming to the arena. the Verizon Arena, and that's like a big thing. You just had Katy Perry just leave and rock the house and sold out.
Yeah,
we got all these white acts.
They packed out War Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, that's benefiting, but yet when we have a big music fest where Solange Knowles is coming, Beyonce's sister, that's major for us. And, Za, who's made the side chick songs and got all of us all hyped up on
that's why they're always fighting at the concert.
We got all these major acts that's finally going to grace Little Rock on the African American side, and they're fighting against it downtown, not even giving them a chance nor a voice to bring in the revenue, not only to help the city, but to actually, heal the community again, have something more positive. A big music fest that they only have in major cities, and Little Rock get to have one. I mean, come on now.
I mean, that's that problem. It's a kind of a 2 or 3-fold problem, because with that, they don't have anybody probably on that committee or commission that's really in tune with the urban or black community.
They're not fighting for us.
So all they know is they acted a fool out there at the Metroplex.
Yep. Yeah, they're gonna
act a fool out here. They don't know what's the black community. We're not just one community. We have different genres.
We have the
urban side, the bougie side. We have the little wretched.
We got the ninjas.
Mike is on the bougie side.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about that, because how do you solve that problem? Because they can continue to do that, and since I've been back, what I find here in Little Rock is something like that. And I've talked to the mayor. The mayor's been on Black Focus. One of the things that I've asked him is that, Little Rock sits geometrically in the middle of this continent. Everything literally has to go through Little Rock to get to one side of the continent or the other. Why is it that Little Rock is not benefiting from that tourism that goes up and down to 40 and 30? Couldn't give me an answer. You go to any other state, you go to any other city, before you get to that city, if you're driving, it says come to this or come to this, see the falls, come to Elvis, whatever they're pushing, because they understand the tourism dollars. To your point, the fact that you would turn your back on something as major as that should be disturbing to not just black people in Little Rock, but white people. The other thing is that Little Rock is 70% minority. Right. Okay? So I'm going to say it like this. Y'all get what you deserve. Because when you go to the polls, you don't vote the way you need to. Yeah. Okay?
Who's the mayor?
So,
still mayor.
So the point being is
that's my point.
That if you want, if you want to change, how your money is being spent, then you need to take your butts to the polls and make sure that those people that are going to get in office are going to treat your people the same way. Because see, what they didn't tell you about the thing that went on at the War Memorial, because see, I live up the street. There was all kinds of fights and riots and everything out there. There were all kinds of drunk white boys out there. Okay? But you didn't hear anything about that, right? You didn't hear about any of the arrests, did you?
No.
That's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point.
I think we heard about the dog being left out, but never mind.
And that's the difference, because a lot of those other people are beige-colored brothers. They're not as vocal with negativity about their own things like we are. Let us have a fight at Envy or somewhere else. That's all. Even though I wouldn't know nothing about it, and other people wouldn't know anything about it, we're gonna be on Facebook and talk about it all day
long.
They're gonna blast it all day and all night long. And of course, you could say Envy was the bomb. It was this, that, and other. You could say 10,000 positive things, but they're not gonna listen to that. They're gonna listen to one.
I said bring back the 50-yard line.
Oh yeah, I mean, look here.
Bring back.
I have tested out my bulletproof vest at the 50-yard line many a night.
The 50.
The 50-yard line.
The 50. Oh, look who just showed up.
Bring back.
You bring snacks today?
No.
You didn't bring no snacks?
No.
See, I'm gonna find her. Everybody subversive just popped up in the door. She ain't got no snacks as usual.
Well, hold on. A certain person waited until 1 hour before showtime to call me and wake me up.
We believe you.
I had to start this organically this morning.
There
are certain things I don't leave home without.
This sounds like
snacks is one of them. So anyway,
this sounds like
this is a domestic issue.
Yeah, domestic issue.
Whatever. Y'all go,
Me and Mike in the middle of it.
Anyway, ma'am.
I'm here.
Okay, so we were talking about the H&M situation. But see, here's one thing I really want to talk about because, see, I've been all on Facebook. And I really just had to act ignorant about this today. And that was the Martin Luther King situation. Because it seems that on the 1-year anniversary of the inauguration of Cheeto Jesus, they've been popping out all sorts of little coons. I mean, it's been a coon fest. I mean, I don't know if you've understood what I mean. Yeah. I mean, they've just been coming out, they giving out little nuts and little snacks with these little coons have been just coming out the forefront. And I've been so disappointed to see it, first of all and foremost, in the King family.
Yeah.
Oh, they've been selling out.
Oh, no.
Just don't understand it.
I think, it was a big discussion in Atlanta. I spent a lot of time in Atlanta, Georgia.
Especially Dexter.
And I know,
Dexter did doing that stupid
I know for a fact, one of his daughters is trying to get her hand on his original Bible. And they actually wanted the Bible for his museum in D.C., right, which would make sense to me.
Right.
And we know Atlanta has their own museum. I've been there, visited, very nice. Went through the church, hearing the floor crackle like it did back in the day. It just went all over me just to know King stood before me there, standing in that space and giving his own sermons, every Sunday. And she wants the Bible. She's fighting her other siblings at this time because she wants to sell it.
She wants to sell it.
She wants to sell it.
So she wants to sell a part of his legacy. That just makes a lot of sense.
So
wait a minute. Who was the nephew, the one that came out and said Donald Trump is not a racist in the traditional sense? So what is the non-traditional sense of a racist? Anybody want to explain that to me?
He's a new racist.
Oh, he's a neo-racist. That's what they call it.
No, new.
That's what
she said. New racist.
He's a new racist.
He's the new breed of
old
racist.
School racist. He's not the good old boy racist.
Yeah,
He's
as far as this generation, this generation is carrying their own racism. They're not doing it back in the day where they know it's not easy for you to go out and hang somebody just because they eyeball you.
They all Southern racism.
Now it's like, they're finding another way to hit black people or people of color by you going in and applying for jobs. They're like, oh, we're not going to hire you. Soon as he walked through the door, and we're not hiring him.
Okay, so it's
all kind of ways they're hitting.
How did they call it? It's Jim Crow versus James Crow Jr. That's what it is. So basically, what they do is they hide their racism suit. So here's the problem I have.
He'll pick a few good, a few when he think. Few good Negroes.
Yeah, under the affirmative action.
Yeah, like Omarosa learned the hard way.
Oh, did they drag her down?
And what's the guy from the doctor that ran against him?
Oh, Ben Carson.
Ben Carson.
No, bro. Your black card is still revoked. I don't care if you got it. You saw what he said the other day. I don't agree with what Trump said. Well, Negro, you went and worked for his administration. So as far as I'm concerned, your black card is still revoked.
My thing is, why would a surgeon of his caliber go work under politics that
Have
he
you ever heard
of
the term useful idiot? You know what a useful idiot is? It's somebody who's so smart they dumb for their own good.
Yeah, because he's a smart guy, a genius, a neurosurgeon.
Yeah. In his field, but that
that's
political field is not his thing.
Well, he left his brain in those pyramids where they was storing the grain.
Yeah, he's like me. He's running after that coin, but I'm not selling my soul to do.
He's after what, housing and urban development.
Yeah, and he haven't developed one thing ever. Like
I'd have built a clubhouse. Go ahead, I'm qualified.
I mean, what is his stats since he's been in there? It's been a year now, right?
Yeah.
What has Ben Carson done for the?
He hasn't done anything. He doesn't know what he's doing.
He's made a lot of idiotic public statements. That's it.
Oh, that's what they do.
Oh, well, that's what everybody does.
Well, everybody's done with Trump.
They qualified you as a Republican.
There you go.
Yeah, that's just. I mean, so he's not a racist in the traditional sense, and I mean, I've been seeing these, and I mean, it's all bad on Facebook because here's the problem. The first thing that black people are saying, and the coons are coming out. Well, you know how the black has, it's getting better for black people because the unemployment rate is at the lowest, and black people have had lowest unemployment in numerous years. Mm. That's what they're rolling with. Mm. That's what they're arguing. Oh, it's getting better for black folks. Where? Because
I don't see it.
So those numbers are skewed because that just means people have stopped looking for jobs.
Right.
That's why the numbers lower.
Well, and here's the thing.
And unemployment has run out.
Right.
So we don't have those people to track anymore either. And plus, a lot of these things that, especially with the economy that Trump is benefiting from, are from policies that were already put in motion by Obama that are now starting to see more fruition. So
right now that there's actually some cohesion with Congress because now there's a Republican president. Look, I said this 3 years ago when we first came on this stage. I said, this is what's going to happen, and this is what happens. And anybody disagree with me, tell me. I said, because Barack Obama got elected, white people, at least the ones that have the jobs, the ones who vote Republican, the ones who don't like black folk, who don't mind getting us to work for them as long as we're making them money, okay, will sit around here, and what they're going to do is they're going to stop hiring. They're going to have a group meeting. They're going to stop hiring because they're going to punish minorities for voting for Obama.
They already have started doing that.
Right. Oh. So what they did was as soon as they saw Hillary lost, they're like, oh, we can hire again. I said, watch. I said, if Barack Obama, said if Hillary Clinton loses, watch all of a sudden now Congress is going to be cooperative. Jobs are going to start hiring again. But the stock market went from 6,000 to 20,000 under Obama's tenure. Oh, well, now everybody's like, well, my portfolio is doing great. Well, here's the point. It has went 6,000 points since Trump has been in office in a year, but that's because the stock market is speculating. That's what they do. They speculate on futures. When they saw a rich businessman going to make them rich, what you think they did? Oh, well, we're just going to jump. So let us get into a war with North Korea. Watch where that stock market goes. Because right now what we're doing is we're bubbling. And all bubbles have burst.
Yeah.
And what people don't understand is that, well, he did so much in 1 year that Obama did. What has he done? I haven't named one piece of legislation. Right. Name one piece of legislation, positive legislation, that Donald Trump has not reversed, but has came up and crafted that he has gotten done. Nothing except that tax cut for rich folk.
He did the little Central Little Rock 9.
Boy, bye.
Boy, get on that, boy.
I was like,
Black Card Revolt coming up for Cudjo.
Y'all said come up with one.
There are a lot of Central folks up here listening to our show. They go like, oh, wait a minute, Trump did that? No,
I'm just trying. He did sign it though today or yesterday, and what it does, all those houses on that street, they're gonna get their facade or whatever remodeled.
I think it was an insult to bring for him to even speak on the Little Rock 9. That's just how
right.
I feel
That's what I'm saying.
They're gonna get a free upgrade to their house. That's basically what it is.
So
free siding.
Right. So what it is, that's called pandering to buy votes. That's what that's called. And basically what it is how you gonna sit around here when you have a history and your family has a history of racism to sit around here now and sit around and try to come up. He went just to show you just how obvious this dude is with it. Martin Luther King Day, every president in the last 20 years has spent it volunteering. What does Trump do? He goes to the golf course. As he goes and shuffles up a couple of crispy, crunchy, crackety coons up into the limelight, they're going to speak on him. Here, he's a good guy. He's doing for us. Black folks talking about doing for us. First of all, here's the thing. And let's not get a game twisted here, and then we're going to go to break. People always, this is the thing I love, and I hear this all over Facebook. These bigots. Well, Martin Luther King was a Republican. He was a Republican. Actually, if you read the works of Martin Luther King, he was actually a democratic socialist. He was more like Bernie Sanders in his philosophy. So there's a difference, and I told people this 1,000 times. There's a difference between political philosophy and political party.
And plus, Republican Party of today is not the same Republican Party.
It really not.
Right, it's not. Back in the late 50s and early 60s, when black people were still 90% of the Republican Party, they were more moderate. Of course, they had some racist elements.
Now, I'm going to tell y'all that
that Southern strategy is what turned it around.
The Republican Party was what supported black people immediate post-slavery.
Yeah. And I think out of every Republican, I love John McCain. I'm sorry.
Me too.
I love what he stands for.
But he's insane. He's like Pat Robinson.
He fights for fairness.
Well, I like John Kasich out of Ohio. He should have won.
But John Kasich has done some dumb stuff. No, don't get me wrong. He's
day.
more moderate now. But John Kasich did some really stupid stuff when Obama first got elected. He was, he was following the lockstep. Now, don't get me wrong. He's moderated.
Yeah.
A lot since Trump has got elected. Oh, man, hold on. We got somebody. Who is that? Is that Nathan?
Moderate my butt.
I know.
Oh, Lord. Well, how are you doing, young lady? Ladies and gentlemen, this is...
He's only moderate because he's sick. That's it. And he actually needs help, so he needs everybody's sympathy.
Who, John McCain?
Who?
John always
John has always kind of...
He's always been moderate, but he's been insane.
Yeah, he's always stepped up and tried to bat for what's right. Like, if he felt like it's wrong that the other Republican seats are voting against something, he'll step up and say, they might not have his vote. He's always been like that.
He is ultimately, he's responsible for Donald Trump.
Yep.
Well,
I'll tell you why.
Exactly. He voted for a lot of these crazy stuff and shenanigans.
Now, because a character like Trump could have never gotten office if he had never picked Sarah Palin and made her famous. Then after that,
I disagree. He would have got in there regardless. If you eliminate them,
he picked Sarah Palin. Then it became cool to be a nut, and then all of a sudden,
exactly.
The Tea Party.
It's like he introduced the first crazy nut.
The Tea Party movement started, and then everything went downhill. It became cool to be racist, be cool to be dumb. It was cool. Became cool not to know anything. So that was the perfect storm.
It became cool to be
Donald
dumb.
Trump.
It became cool to be an idiot.
A lot of people don't realize Donald Trump don't have the education nor the obviously, common sense for a lot of things that's going on. Mm-hmm. He's following the footsteps of those that are already in his cabin that's pushing for different issues. And Donald saying, yeah, we're going to do that. He sit on live TV.
Whoever's going to pay him the most.
He sit on live TV and said, it's whatever my cabin think. Are you running the country or not?
He don't care.
It does not matter. It does not matter what he thinks a lot of times. He don't even know anything about politics. He's just going along with.
He was a lifelong Democrat until maybe 8 years ago.
I got pictures with him and Oprah, him and Hillary. Everybody sitting at the table.
His daughter and Hillary's daughter are like best friends.
Yes.
Yeah. But
still to this day.
Yeah.
He goes wherever the money goes. He's the original flip-flopper. He's whatever he needs to be at any given time. If he needs to be a stupid.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
That man is.
I was saying that if you look back at his history, I'm sure he has some racist leanings. How many of them don't? How many of us don't? Because I know I do. But my whole thing is, when did you?
You a Black Panther too, like Dave?
Hey! I'm just saying, I am what I am. So I don't blame anyone for being what they are. Because just because like I was raised with it, they were probably raised with it. Mm-hmm. So I don't blame people for having their personal feelings because guess what? They're theirs. But how vocal was he in a racist manner until it could serve him on the national stage? Mm-hmm. Think about it. Okay. How often did we hear Donald Trump stand up and say all this country? Was he saying it and we didn't know, or was he saying it and nobody cared?
Nobody cared.
Okay, hold on. I think
nobody cared.
I think we got a phone call. Hold on, we got a phone call. Hold on, that cat, because that everybody that's 5-piece snack attack is on the site over there.
I'm gonna let you to pause on you.
Can I? Okay. Well, I'm just saying. I need to buy some of you. Next week. Anyway. Hello, this is Devil's Advocate.
He didn't say that on live.
Yeah, I did.
He did. I'm like, where my snacks at? Yeah. Tripping.
This is Devil's Advocate Radio. It's your dollar. Go holler.
Look here. The stuff y'all are saying about the president is blasphemy.
It's blasphemous.
You sound like that coon that was downtown.
You up there serving tea? I'm gonna serve some redneck tea.
Ooh, tea! Somebody
we don't want your calamine tea.
They gonna call me out.
The only reason he took a picture with Oprah is to get you colors to vote for him.
You colors? Oh my goodness!
Yeah, Oprah is in that trinity. Beyonce, Oprah, Obama can't do no wrong.
I need. That's right. Beyonce definitely can't do no wrong. That would definitely get you hung up on. Oprah for president. Oprah for president. Whenever y'all get through.
Yeah. What do you think about that, caller?
She's a little too colored. Her hair ain't straight. We can't vote for her.
Colored? I like that.
Yeah, you call those colors.
Now you get that Karen Washington girl. She's really pretty. I think she'll do a good job.
I think every president would agree.
Yeah, I'd love to get in a scandal with her. I swear to God, I would. I'd love to.
Well, maybe we'll get colored on the next H&M sweatshirt.
Okay. Well, call us.
Well, hey, look here now. I didn't have a problem with the little monkey in the zoo. I don't know why you got so offended.
Oh, Negro.
Well, it's not our fault you lack color and melanin. Don't get mad at us. I mean, you need to not be so transparent.
I'm the coolest cracker in the box.
You are the coolest cracker in the box. And not the Reese's kind, not the good buttery colored kind, but the good old tasty kind.
Now y'all got that Tawanda girl here today, right? Ain't she a Braxton?
Yeah, I'm one of the Braxtons.
The black.
What color is your hair this week?
This week is black.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to represent for, we coming into Black History Month, so I'm going to keep it black.
Yeah. For us colored.
You need some white hair like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I go back to the white girl hair in March.
When it warms up.
I just want you to know you probably got the fingers done too, because we don't like the way your fingers are told unless you got a little paint on them.
Oh my God.
get
He
this.
feel like Rick Bigby off of Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Well, and I want to tell y'all one thing. I know you got Django on the phone, but this here's the Candy Man.
Oh my God,
Lord, here you go again.
You know what happened to him?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, see, you colorful. Like to fast forward to the end of the movie, but for 2 hours.
It didn't end.
Watch
That's
out.
right. It didn't end too well for him.
Now I got to be like, it was always you, Helen.
I just want to let y'all know that I hate your show, and Donald Trump does too. And I hope that we get another one in the office. And we'll vote for that Obama girl because her hair's straight. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
But keep listening. Keep listening.
You know what I'm saying? Screen our calls next time, Dave. Let this fool on the time.
they hate it so much they have to call in. I love it.
I thank you. That's what I love.
I know. They hated so much they got to listen to
He
it.
said he the coolest cracker in the box.
Yeah.
You know why I'm
Surely is the pasty kind, y'all. Get it right. The saltine, not the Ritz.
You know, we just
Not
lost
the good
another
old
person.
club kind.
Hold on, we did?
Yes. Someone, someone was either shot, I think last night, a mother while she was holding her 5-year-old daughter. Right here in Little Rock.
Oh.
Right, now, that's what I wanted to talk about. Did anybody hear? Because I heard Stanley talk about that today on his post, but he didn't elaborate. What in the hell happened again here in Little Rock?
Typical day in Little Rock.
Excuse me, that was North Little Rock. Thank you very much.
Little Rock.
Lord,
Same thing. What a big difference
right,
it is.
thank you.
Go around the corner, you know.
What a relief it is.
You can see North Little Rock from here.
Yeah, thank you. I can see North Little Rock from my backyard now. So what happened? The mother.
What happened at 6:30 this morning? A mother, along with 2 other kids, there was 3 kids involved. Apparently, was coming out. I guess she was taking them to school.
Right.
And according to the early reports, was that someone in a ski mask walked up and demanded money. Next thing, shots were fired, and I just read she's passed away now.
Wow.
There's no report on what the kid has done, but yeah, it's I don't know why you'd be robbing a mother coming out with 3 kids. It's pretty clear she probably doesn't have any money, but.
Exactly.
You know, who can explain that ignorance? So, anyway, that's what's going on.
Ignorant man. That's what the heck happened. Our little boy, not even a man.
Oh, somebody trying to call? Oh, we have another caller trying to call? No? Okay. Well, they must have hung up.
So that's why we really can't, we have to, that's why sometimes I can, I have my displeasures and issues with the police. But then again, you have to think about it. I have a lot
What
of
is
friends.
your pleasures with the police?
Displeasure.
Thank you. I want to know what your pleasures
I thought
are.
I heard pleasure.
Do I need to go on?
I did.
It's when it's Mrs. Officers pulling him over with the handcuffs. That's the pleasure.
That's the
with police.
pleasure.
Other than that, it ain't none.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
my God.
you have to realize that, these are people too. They want to go home. I got a family. I'm trying to go home and see my family.
Right.
And the way that we're acting out here in the streets, especially some of the younger people, all these senseless shootings. I mean, anybody is getting it. It's not just other drug dealers.
Right.
They're killing women and children.
Anybody.
So if I feel the least bit threatened, I might shoot you too.
Right.
If I'm the police.
They don't pay enough for me to be
Yeah,
out
you
here in
don't-
the streets
they only
and
get- they
suit
get-
up every
they
day
get
for
paid.
$42,000 a year.
That's
I mean,
42 if they've been on there for a minute.
yeah,
They started off at like
$42,000 a
30.
year, $38,000 for on the Little Rock side. And then they have to work these extra gigs at night
Right.
for
the
$20 an hour.
Right.
Well, that's
And-
how they make money.
Yeah, that's how they
Hire
make
their
money.
right
Yeah,
up, because
for
trust me, they
hire.
can make $300.
Right. They
Right.
can go and take
No, a
right.
seasoned police officer can make $300 an hour, depending upon what the business wants to pay. I have a close relative who's a police officer. They don't make their money from the police department.
Of course, the city is not going to pay
The
it.
seasoned officers, they're pulling in well over $100,000 a year right here in Little Rock because they qualify to work off duty.
Yeah.
And that's where they're getting all their money from.
Right.
But I feel
But I love the
100,000
police.
and they
called
too.
the police and they showed up and I did not need them.
Right.
Like I know a lot of people that holler about, I hate the police, I hate the police. Wait a minute, boo. How many times you been busted for selling what?
No.
What was you doing
Okay.
last night?
Illegal
what was you cooking
weave.
in your kitchen?
Now-
I don't do that
Now, I ain't
type of
gonna lie,
thing, so I don't have a problem with them, but
I've
I'm
been-
a law-abiding citizen.
Yeah, right.
Right,
And I
that's
ain't
the
never
deal.
been pulled over by the police when I wasn't lead foot speeding. I was wrong.
Now I've been
every
pulled
single
over.
time.
I've been pulled over a few
And that's
times when I
just me and
shouldn't
my
have been.
personal
Right.
experience.
Yeah.
They ain't never picked
Yeah,
on me.
I've been
another-
pulled over a few
hold on.
times when I shouldn't have been. I'm not saying I love them, but the ones that are corrupt, I don't like them. The ones that are good, the ones that are my clients, the ones that are my friends, I love them to death. But the ones that are corrupt, they can go to hell.
Okay, well you just calm down, young lady. You up here? We got. I think we got another caller. Hold on, we got another caller. You calm down too, Subversive. You just really just yakking out and around there. You probably did all sorts.
Why
of
he
stuff.
trying to tell people what to do today?
It's a domestic
Sit
issue.
down. You need to sit
Yeah,
down.
but
That's a domestic issue.
Keep us about that.
So it
There's gonna be
Lord.
some domestic violence up in here in a minute. Y'all can go on. Okay.
We gonna need the
black
police.
man. Okay, black man, let's call the police.
Let me call my friend.
I'm leaving. I'm gonna do like that brother did on
I'm gonna play
Facebook
my female
when his
card,
wife
baby.
got arrested. Have y'all seen that?
Yeah, gonna leave.
Brother said, "Hey, I'm done.
I'm bye.
I'm gonna see.
I don't know you. You did
I'm
okay.
a soldier. I'm gonna ride it out today.
Let me take this. Let me take this call. When they hang up, they might you don't have issues. Yeah. Hello, this Devil's Advocate Radio. It's your dollar. Go ahead and holler.
I'm scared to talk. I'm talking about calling the police. I'm scared to say something.
That's okay. We ain't gonna give your whole, government name.
No, we're gonna give you your name.
See you on the right tonight.
That's Stanley right there. Hey, Stanley, how you doing?
Aww.
I'm such a huge fan. I got your name tattooed on my neck in Chinese upside
What?
That's domestic
Are you
right
sure
there.
that's her name or does
That sounds like domestic right there.
Well, I like the guys that'll get my name tattooed on. They mean they a keeper.
No,
down. Yeah, baby. Yeah, I feel kind of Austin Powers on that.
No,
Do I make you Randy, baby? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I'm gonna go lose a little weight, get my institute ready, dog. Yes, sir.
Well, I'm from El Salvador. I'm from that S-hole that Trump was talking about.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
See, I'm from Zamunda.
Black Panther.
The Munda.
And in my country,
Okay.
my son don't work. We don't know nothing about that work. We kings and queens where I'm from.
That's right.
That's what I'm
He
talking about.
said he coming to America the first time, hop on one foot.
The only assholes I've ever been to are in Mar-a-Lago.
Oh,
Tweet that.
oh,
Yeah.
that's what Trump.
Yeah.
That
Happy
would.
New Year to that.
Yeah, thank you. That's what That's Cheeto Jesus' little resort. You know where the toilets don't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, because it's full of assholes. Hey, anyway, man, we can't touch on Christian radio. Hey, what y'all talking about, man? I got like 4 minutes on my phone for my battery to go dead.
Okay,
My
it's
minutes
okay.
run out.
It's okay.
We talking about Oprah for president.
Okay.
Oprah who?
I think it should be Beyonce or Jay-Z. Okay.
You talking about Madea Oprah?
Yeah, Madea Oprah. Not the Madea Oprah, but the real Oprah. The one that really rules.
Everybody, let me tell y'all something. If Oprah becomes president, you can put me down for a donation that she even runs. I
Right.
got something for her. I got a package for her.
You got a package.
We're not that kind of package.
Package of baby white.
You trying to
I got that
tattoo
package for her too because she got that paper. But I'm saying, if she run for president, I'm gonna give her a donation because I'm like, it's like, oh, what is like? She ran for vice president with like Michelle Obama.
That's what
Right.
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 That'd give us 16 years of black
excellence. It
Right.
really,
there.
Yeah, but Michelle Obama just had a birthday this week. Happy
she
birthday,
did.
Michelle.
Yeah,
She looking all, still looking
fine,
fine
and
melanin.
the
She
White
tattooed
sugar.
on the other side of my neck.
Oh my God.
Look here. And
I got T on one
like
side
they
and
said,
Michelle
let me
Obama on
find
the
out.
other
Let me
side. I can
find
be really
out.
correct when I'm serving tea.
Right, and so Michelle Obama did. Someone asked her for her birthday, would she ever consider running for president? And she said, if Obama had a chance to run for president again, if it wasn't for the Constitution, which
Right.
makes it where he can't run again, she said if he would have ran again, she would have left her husband. So that
Oh, wow.
take that
Okay,
question
yeah, you
right
talk
on
like
out the
that.
box. Yeah, she no longer wants to be in the White House or a part of that whole world.
She don't want to deal with them. She don't want to deal with them crispy, crunchy, and them
I'll tell
crackers.
y'all the truth, though. After this food we got out there now, I will vote for Prince William to be president.
Me too. I love Prince
Now
William.
hold on, watch this. Y'all want to see something? Watch this. They say The Rock gonna run for president. Subversive.
Oh, child.
They say he gonna run. They said he talking about it. For
By the
20
time
years.
you get these plastic sex dolls in the White House with him, it'll be over with.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
look
ordered me
here,
one.
anybody got a link for them dolls?
Thank you, because I already ordered one.
Oh my gosh. Now what you gonna do when you gotta clean it and electrocute you?
Well, I
You gonna
ordered
have all
it.
that mess in there and get
Hey,
Ooh, Lord.
she moved too?
Look
Yeah,
here.
they move
But
mouth-wise.
hold on. I know we on Christian radio, but y'all keep it real. Y'all want a doll, too.
Oh, I don't need a dog.
I ordered it in goat
You
flavor.
don't need a dog. Get a real thing.
Yep. Right,
Just get one.
Yeah.
You
If I
gotta
find
have
But
many.
y'all ain't got the real thing in the drawer.
Thank you.
If I find out any one of my cast members didn't order the dolls, you're going to be put on blast.
I'm going to laugh and take a picture. We're going to dress it up and drive it around.
Yep. Order a wolf, order a goat.
Like it's a Tesla.
Yeah, well, you know they got them for women now, too. They just put that out on Facebook this morning. They got them for women. So y'all trying to get rid of us anyway.
I'm going to get both of them and have a threesome.
Oh, you sound so disgruntled right now. We trying to get rid of men.
I'm talking about playing dominoes.
That's what I'm saying. I hope you're getting 2 females. I hope.
Saving relationships everywhere with the safe threesome. There you go.
Lord. What do we divulge down to this day?
That was too funny to me.
Thank you. So,
hey, can y'all do movie night with Dinner Thieves? Can we go see that together with all the community?
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah, I was trying to do 50 Shades.
They're probably too late now because it came out already. Yeah.
Really?
Anybody's going to do no 50 Shades?
He want to do 50 Shades of the coolest monkey in the jungle.
There you go. So, and by the way, while we talking about that, we will be doing Black Panther. Look, we got 25 folks so far. We need 50 more. 50. Come on. 50 more.
To go see Black Panther?
Go see Black Panther. We're going to have our own theater. We're going to have gifts and prizes.
Drinks.
Yeah, we go. Like I told you, we're doing chicken.
Oh, okay.
Well, which one we going to?
Change her wig before she
Breckenridge. Huh?
I said, I'll buy Jen's tickets. She change her wig before she go Facebook Live again.
Thank you. Oh, my God. He threw shade.
How you talking about folks' wigs and stuff?
No, because, like,
I had never seen her face
Facebook
before.
Live with the same wig on, like, 8 times. Like, at some point, we got to change it. Even Tamar changed her wig.
Yeah, don't talk about my sister Tamar.
You can rewear the same thing, like what's her name, Tiffany, whatever her name is, the comedian. You can rewear the same wig, same outfit, and keep on rolling.
You mean to tell me a woman would take a picture of the outfit 8 times?
No.
Okay then.
Okay, maybe I'm just cheap then.
And here's the beautiful thing about Black Panthers on the 16th for y'all can come bring your side chick. That's side chick day.
Really?
And the bank gonna be closed. You ain't
Thank
out the ATM machine.
You get the side chick in there. Look, ain't no fighting in my theater now. I just want y'all to know. Don't let your main chick find your side chick in Black Panther.
First of all, wait a minute. I got a question because I don't live in Little Rock no more. I heard that it was a dude at the Escape concert celebrating Side Chick Appreciation Day and got caught.
Yeah.
They said that was a mess.
That was fake news.
Okay, what happened?
That's fake news.
Well, how did you get caught, Cudjo?
How was it fake?
He knows the story. Come on.
You did sound like you have some inside information. So why don't you share it with the group?
Share it with the group, sir.
Now, there was a fight.
Was it you?
Was a fight.
However, it wasn't no side chick.
There wasn't no side chick.
Nah.
Main chick.
Now, it was just 2 girls that had got into it beforehand. They were out there with their cousin. Then they saw the other chick. It's a girl. There she go. It happened to be a dude that was out there with them, but it wasn't because of him. It was because they already had existing beef. You know, Little Rock.
Does anybody have it on Facebook Live so I can see it for a friend?
It was on Facebook Live. The crowd. Oh, Lord, Jen.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
She did.
Is she on there talking about us on Facebook? She might be.
So basically, they had to make a storyline for it, like we was on the Love and Hip Hop Little Rock.
We got some good. Like you go on Facebook, man, you'll find we got some talented writers around here for real.
Thank you.
I know, I'm one of them.
We need to thank you. We need to get us hire some new writing staff because we need to do it. And here's the one I want to know because this is where it's really gonna get funny. Stanley, tell us about these new coons that have been popping out for the president on Martin Luther King Day to celebrate.
Oh man, you know, like when the fiscal budget resets in January, we got new coon appropriations.
Oh, okay. So they get some.
And so
cheese and crackers.
See, he canceled that. See, that's where y'all got to stay woke. He canceled that trip to Mar-a-Lago because that was out of his coon slush fund, and so he can't go this time because he got to pay them jigaboos that was on there, Uncle Tom and shucking and jiving with that blackface. Right. Now, I think I called them every disrespectful word I can say without cussing because it's Christian radio. But I need y'all black ends to get somewhere and sit down, like my dad used to say.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, they just cooning. They making us look bad. And it's like, we're finding out there's some new coons that we didn't know were cooning. But you got Paris Denard.
Paris, he'd been cooning.
Yeah, I mean, he's like the monkey with the little tambourines. He just stomped.
He's horrible.
So have they cut Omarosa a check yet to be quiet? Because we all know she slept with Donald Trump.
She a bad wench.
Oh, my.
She slept with me, too.
I mean, they drug off the lawn.
You haven't heard the latest?
I know they drug off the lawn. I know that.
Apparently, Omarosa recorded stuff in the White House.
Back on last night.
She about to get paid.
Apparently, she made recordings in the White House.
It's not gonna hold up.
But here's the problem: if she recorded in that White House, potentially, she could be in trouble.
She already in trouble.
Okay, because the laws in Washington, every state has its own laws.
In DC,
so like here in Arkansas, I can record you and not tell you, and it's legal.
Right.
All right. If I remember correctly, based on what happened with Watergate, you cannot do that in Washington, D.C.
No. You definitely can't do it on the presidential grounds.
No, it doesn't have anything to do with the grounds. It has to do with Watergate. I mean, D.C. as a whole.
Right.
Okay? Because Watergate didn't take place at the White House.
No.
That took place at a hotel in Washington, D.C.
So they say.
So that's why that comes into play. So we'll see.
Dave, like walking Black History.
She just want to check at this point. She just want to check at this point. She knows she can't use that. No judge is going to permit it in the District of Columbia. First of all, everybody got their hands in the pot.
White House counsel going to shut it down before it even.
Trump will have that judge head before it even reach a docket.
That girl going to disappear somewhere.
She can just let it leak.
Okay, she gonna get B613.
Thank you,
Olivia Pope and.
Give it to Snowden.
But I don't think too many women want to be the president's mistress because it's too much going on with
that. Don't look fun. That just looks like a horrible, orangey, messy, yucky time. Ugh.
No, well, I hide it in my house if you want to come be my sex doll. Nobody gonna come to Little Rock.
You need sex dolls.
Hey, Christian radio. Jesus, Father, help him.
Thank you.
With y'all, little managed tales. On good way I'm roasting my crib. I'm gonna serve me some tea.
Mm-hmm. Just being so mannish.
Yeah. So I think that we have realized that upcoming in Black History Month that we're gonna have to call out the coons. And here's the thing: what are your take on the new unemployment rates, Sam? Because that's what they said is the reason why some of these coons are so happy because he's making America great again for Black people. I'm like, really? When America ever great for Black people?
I mean, when have America ever never been great?
Yeah, I mean, I've had a great time.
The unemployment rate was already fixed by Obama, not by him.
Right. You got to look at.
Well, I ain't worked for neither one of them, so I need a job.
Hello.
Thank you. Because I don't know what he's talking about. Because I've been employed every year of the Obama administration.
Me too.
So I don't know why he think I'm going to be happy now.
Hey, but on the local politics, I don't like how they doing my boy Bruce Moore. I don't appreciate that.
What they doing to Bruce Moore?
Hey, man.
I don't appreciate that.
I can't say too much because I want my stuff to get out there. But
that's
terrible.
Yeah, oh man, you haven't heard?
No, I haven't heard. See, Charlie, y'all be sick.
They gave him the hot dog without the bun.
Whoa!
Yeah. Hey, put it like this.
He trying to get us
that job's going to open up real soon.
Yes, we're going to have
he is helping the unemployment rate. What are you talking about? He will give you a job just as long as you do your job. That's it.
Hold on. Okay.
Here's my thing, though. And Bruce Moore is a light-skinned brother, so he may not know. But there's a rule in our community that says you never boo-boo where you eat at.
And that's true.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you got to bury your bone at another doghouse. And that is Christian ring on it either. You can't be out there getting lap dances and then clocking in.
Also, is that what happened, Joe? Hold on, I don't know what happened. Somebody talk to me.
Oh man,
wait a minute, is that somebody old?
You know what happened?
He hired.
I'm trying not to hired the tea without spilling the tea, y'all.
This what happened. This what happened.
Do you get the hint?
Apparently, Melly found out that Fitz and Olivia was messing around at the White House.
Yeah.
Exactly. But Millie,
so it wasn't breaking news. It just came on ABC last Thursday at 7 o'clock.
Oh boy.
And then
he been buying all kinds of stuff.
Appointing the extra.
These men gonna learn today.
He should have got a sex doll.
Say about that.
Then hold on. Then it's even worse. Then she got a job making like some good money.
57
ain't got a damn degree and certification to do what she's doing, but she getting paid and don't never be at work because she be in meetings with the city manager all the time.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Got a diploma.
Talking to a man about a dog.
Well, that's only good money if you live in the state of Arkansas and Mississippi, which is one of the two poorest states in the United States.
That's my boy. I know him. Y'all leave him alone.
Nah, I'm not. I mean, Bruce Moore, my dude. What are you doing? Come on,
he's my boy too, but he need to call me and get some advice on how to
I need to go talk to him. Hey,
how
Bruce,
to bury your bones in the yard.
How to be a sugar daddy the correct way.
Kojo Chestnut told me that ain't the first time, but I got to go because I ain't got no minutes.
Yeah, thank you.
You ain't got no minutes left on your phone.
Reload your Obama phone, bro, when you call.
Breaking news, all Obama phones will be cut off on Black History Month.
Trump coming to reverse everything.
Oh, yeah, we can't
Y'all ain't got no sense.
So if you wake up and your cell phone is not working on the first day of Black History Month, please know that Trump has really put a dent in it.
Right. So, right. So at the end of the day, when we wrap up, because hopefully we're going to go back to our series in relationship topics next week. Oh, and let me see. So we got the black. Oh, I got to talk about this because Big Baldy will never let me forgive me if I don't talk about this. We got Just Jokes this weekend. So y'all come on out.
Yay!
What you mean, yay? What ma'am? What you mean, yay?
Showing support.
Wait a minute, Stanley's still on the phone. Hello.
Dog.
No, he ran out of minutes on his Obama phone.
You out of minutes? What? Hello?
He's gone. Call, are you there?
Dang.
So we have Just Jokes at
Just Jokes this
Looney
Sunday.
Bin.
Looney Bin this Sunday. Y'all need to come on out and support my boy Big Baldy because he don't like me calling his name on Tuesday. I messed up with Cudger already.
It's Professor X. I don't even know why you don't remember this.
Thank you. Well,
stop playing with the dolls.
I ain't seen that boy with a mutant yet. I ain't seen him groom a mutant yet. But I'm just saying he's got it this Sunday.
Ginkgo biloba helps with that memory loss, old man.
Yeah, I mean, but you know the sweat be beading up on his head. So we're gonna do that Sunday at 6:00.
Where's the location?
It's gonna be at the Looney Bin.
It's on Rodney Parham.
Don't eat the food.
In the same shopping center as Breckenridge Movies.
You done made everybody not come right there because we got to eat.
No, y'all can drink. Now, black folks can drink.
They've been to the Looney Bin. They know drink, don't eat. Eat before you come.
Right, eat before you come.
Because you're going to pay $10 for them chicken
Tyson
nachos.
Wings.
And they ain't got no Tyson wings up in there.
They got Tyson. They upgrade.
Now, those are the kind that they heat up in the oven. For real.
It's just, and you're going to pay triple the price. So
that's what you get for thinking.
The alcohol is good, but the food is
Let's just come support Langston. We ain't got to buy nothing.
Right.
Langston.
Support Langston.
I shouldn't have said his name.
Professor X.
What are they called? Lobotomy? The lobotomy? Oh, yeah.
At this point,
oh yeah, are you okay? You all right? You and your feelings today?
At this point, Langston's like, y'all dragging it downhill. We losing ticket sales at this point.
He's like, that's why he said, never gave Negroes money. You don't expect nothing.
The drinks are on point at the Looney Bin.
Yeah, okay.
The drinks are good.
So let me stop being black for 5 seconds. Come out, support him. Devil's Advocate. We're gonna do. I'm gonna tell him now because I got to call him tonight. We're gonna do some giveaways at the end of the show. For those that come out and support Devil's Advocate and, of course, Just Jokes. And, eat first. Don't get their drinks, but don't eat their food. I'm just saying, I ain't trying to because I don't want you getting mad when you eat their popcorn that's been warmed up out of a bag and they charging $3.
There went that sponsorship.
Why are you doing so much shade? Stop it.
And remember, folks, it does start. It's Sunday, January 21st.
Yeah, right.
Showtimes at 6:00. Advance tickets are $20, $28 at the door. It's going to feature comedian Ronell Williams. I believe he's local. Mm-hmm. And also Rita Brent. She's been on Kevin Hart's special, Heart of the City. Mm-hmm. I think it's time to go.
Yeah, I think that's
We also have Vanessa Fraction. She's also been on Martin Lawrence's comedy stand-up. Mm-hmm. Come out and support him this Sunday, 6:00. Mm-hmm. Get your ticket early, $20.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and thank you for being black, Dave. Just put the music all in the boy thing. He gonna tell me 3 minutes and then play the music 30 seconds after. He's like, nah, I got the signal. Get y'all up out of here.
You got to close the statement?
We got to close. Yeah, we're going to close state disinfect that.
Time to do the benediction.
Well, I want to thank everybody for joining in. Look, guys, we have had a great time. This is my original crew. Of course, a couple of transplants, Nat Cat, Snack Pack, Heart Attack. And of course,
keep on.
Yeah, I'm gonna sash you when I see you in Kroger again. And then of course, we got Subversive over here. I want to thank everybody. Of course, T Serving T came in and did with the boom bap with us today. I want to thank you, T, for coming in.
Yeah.
Of course, Cudjo Chestnut, your stalker. She didn't climb in today. And of course, Stanley, wherever he at. I think Stanley, you still there?
No, he's gone.
Oh, he gone now.
And
he gone now.
And I just want to tell everybody if it costs your inner peace, it's too expensive.
It's too expensive.
It's too expensive.
Okay. So can I get like a 2-piece chicken? Okay.
Let's eat. Hey, you promised us lunch.
Okay,
today.
we going to lunch. Oh, see, Rose, I can't get. It's hard to get good help these days. I want to thank everybody for joining in. Thank you guys. See us in the room, of course. We always keep our room jumping. Black Panther, folks. Black Panther. Do not forget Black Panther on the 16th. Bring your side chick, main chick, side piece,
side dude.
Side. What side dude? Side piece, side dude. We equal opportunity cheaters around here. So go and do what you got to do. Come see us on Black Panther. We will have the information today. I want to thank you guys for joining us in. Thank my co-host for a great show as always. And of course, if you can't stand the heat, stay out of Hell's Kitchen. Bye.
Hell's Kitchen.
ABC Kids.
Your ABCs are one of the first